G'day everybody, hope you had a great weekend and you're ready for a big week this week ahead. Okay, so I wanted to go through and just give you a top 10 breakdown as to how I'm seeing it at the moment and what I'm sort of planning for. First things first, I want to start off with the weekly here. If you heard me speak about this weekly candle, the bullish candle here, it's broken the high and had a pretty good week. You know, 5.7% is nothing to be sneezed at. And it's really primed, in my eyes, to move well. Obviously, we've got to break up through this region here, which is that support which we broke down through. We did tap above it. I want to see a proper drive up through there, you know, and that would sort of set this as a potential higher low and what is somewhat of a consolidation. Last week, not much really occurred with, you know, very much a pretty sideways looking Bitcoin. We push above this high here. We don't have much in our way until up around 12,000 really, and there's plenty of room for profit there. I'd love just to see something like this, you know, give us a big candle, give us $1,000 candle, and or even just a good 4 or 5%. You know, we haven't seen a good 4 or 5% candle in a very long time, and it would be very beneficial and get that engine going again for Bitcoin. So above this high, the high of that candle, what is that high? 11195. Call it 11,200 to make it easy to say. Get above there and we'll have some better cyclicity, and coming on the 4 hour as well. You know, what we've got here is a bit of a mess. Again, that sideways trend continues. If we do push up through the high of that level, and the 12 hour won't, you know, there'll be a very clear higher low there as well. That's what I'm waiting for. Until then, it looks like it's just grinding away. Not all that interested in trading it just yet. If we do get some good cyclicity on the 15 here, I might look for some booster opportunities, but we'll have to wait and see. Still a bit of a long way off on that one. Ethereum last week, very slow for the last couple of weeks realistically. We haven't done a great deal. That being said, a break above the high of this candle, 394, gives us a higher low. One higher low here. There's a slight higher high, but not really, right? I mean, it's just a little bit. But it will give us two higher lows, and then we get some real momentum pushing on that. Weekly, we were up last week, but not by a great deal. I want to see Ethereum drive. I want to see it hit a bit harder, push a bit harder, do a little bit more on the lower time frames right now. The only option would be, or the fastest option really would be if this trend continued lower. If it was to do that, then we might get some better cyclicity. Right now, not a great deal on that for Ethereum. Although the daily is primed to move higher, until it breaks that high, I'm really not interested too much at all. XRP very much the same here. Last week we did break up through the high of that little bullish candle. Not that bullish, to be fair. The candle is not massively bullish, but a push above there did occur. It looks primed to move higher again. The whole market looks primed. We just need to see that follow through, which is a bit lacking at the moment. Bitcoin Cash, if anything, looks pretty average here. I'll just look at that in the weekly here as well. Whoa. There we go, that's what I meant to do. You can see it's come off the low here, very real possibility of it moving back up into here, as we have been ranging for quite some time, but again, it's not really of interest to me. There is no real cyclicity until we break up through the high of this level 241, call it 242, but get up through that high, we'll have a higher low and higher high. Again, waiting. Litecoin's looked average for a while. Litecoin still looks average, closing down on the week 2.2% and back within that little consolidation back here again. There's not much to really view at the moment. If anything, it is starting to roll lower, and if we look at it here on the 4 hour, there is a little bit of support down at this 45.27 region. It's just not got that bearish cyclicity yet with a higher low. It just doesn't really have it. Look at this. These pretty funny looking candles. I just don't like that sort of price action. I'm going to wait until I get more out of Litecoin before I dive in or do anything there. BSV is one I am keeping an eye on here. It's been weak for a while, several weeks now. Has been coming off, and that daily trend is set. You know, we got the lower high, lower high, and it's rolling back off again with some decent selling yesterday at around 5%. What I am watching here is not so much the 4, but coming in and looking at this 2. Check that out, little bearish candle right there in that cradle zone off of 50% fib level. If I get rid of that, ultimately it would be nice to see it pull back in a little bit deeper, but there is a little cradle setting up right there that I'm keeping a very close eye on. On the Cardano, you know, it's got to get above there. If it gets above there, we'll have a higher low, higher high, but it's not looking real strong at the moment, being down on the week a good, what was that, a good 5-6% I think. Yeah, 6% there. It definitely could continue to fall. It is falling, it's no doubt about that. We do have a downtrend here, it's got to be said, lower high, another lower high, lower low. The 2 hour. Again, there is a downtrend there, guys, but it's just a little bit messy, and there's some support right around here, so probably one that I'll be leaving short term until it gives me a little bit better cyclicity there and something a little bit clearer to work with. Binance holding its ground, moving up 1% so far today. It is in that cradle zone on that daily, but it doesn't look all that special, to be fair. It's been very erratic, very messy, and although from 1831 it did push really high and hard, I want to see follow through, and we just didn't see that last week. And as you can see, on this 4 hour, if anything, it looks more bearish based on the trend itself. Not looking for shorts there at the moment, not looking for longs, just patiently waiting. EOS, another one here. Until we get another low and get better cyclicity, I'm really not a buyer. I'm really not a seller. Again, it's waiting to see what goes on. EOS has been pretty crap. Look at this. Look at the chart structure. It's been messy for quite some time. Want to see it snap out of that, do something positive. Finally, Link has been coming off quite significantly, 20% down last week or thereabouts, 19.28, there you go. It's in that cradle zone on the weekly. This movement lower here, it's actually represented on the 4 hour by a nice looking little trend coming down here. It's not as clean as I'd like it to be. The 8 does look clearer. Look, lower high, low, keeps on moving. I'm not looking for shorts here because we did see this messiness through here, but again, that overwhelming trend right now on Link is lower and not looking all that positive on anything else, really. So the market, when we look at it, I'm talking Bitcoin. Oh, goodness me, the dominance of the market right now has been leaning towards Bitcoin. And again, I mentioned this morning on my podcast. Have a look at this on the Bitcoin dominance chart. We've got a very strong divergence through here, and it's converging back up on these higher lows. We do have resistance. I'd love to see Bitcoin take off and really sort of pull back pull back a bit of dominance there, show how strong it is. I'd like to see this break up through this resistance. If we see that and we get a perfect storm, well, we might just see Bitcoin dominate once again and really show the world what it can do, because it has been a while since we've seen a strong run. Bitcoin, for me, I want to see it get above 11,200, and then we'll have cyclicity and good trading options and not too much in the way until 12,000. So that's my update on the top 10. You have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and jump down into the description. There's a whole bunch of content there for you as well. Have a great day. I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.